It's a 9-point margin in favour of the Bombers at Spotless Stadium. They led by 17 at quarter time. As I said, 9-point margin currently to the Bombers. 7-3-45. The Giants 5-6-36. Liam Flanagan here. Brad Seymour calling all the action alongside myself. And this man, Nathan Brown, who... Well, it's been a hazy welcome to Sydney for you, Brownie, because as we learnt in that second term, there's a bushfire going on about 25 clicks away. Nothing overly urgent that we need to be evacuated for, but it has cast Spotless Stadium in a haze of smoke.
Well, it has, and here I was thinking that Luffy just been down there with a packet of Peter Jackson Virginias, the dark blue style with the 16 milligrams. Hard work when you're having a go at them, Luffy, but there is a big haze around here, and there's a big problem for GWS to get back in this game. They're 9 points down, had a really good second term without putting a lot on the scoreboard. They only had 3 goals where I thought they had enough options and enough inside 50s to put 6 or 7 on and probably be in front of the Bombers. Just having a look at just the second quarter stats, and the inside 50 numbers were 15-10 in the end. They didn't really make the most of that, and their kicking efficiency tonight has been pretty good. They're 74% to 67% in favour of the Giants, but it's just been the pressure that the Bombers have put on the Giants handballing and in tight, which has turned the ball over.
Well, that's been a significant improvement, because since round 5, the Giants have been the worst disposal, kicking efficient side in the competition. So at least they've improved in that area. The Bombers flew out of the blocks in that first quarter, Brownie, with their tackle pressure, which is what we saw last week against the Cats, and really it's the brand that they have to play with this lineup.
I thought Leon Cameron coached well in that second term by putting Heath Shaw behind the footy, because they had 3 goals directly from little ones out the back, which just ran into easy open goals. Bagley got 2, and I forget who the other one was who got an easy one out the back. But second quarter, McGrath, Leon Cameron put Heath Shaw behind the footy. He played 30 metres out from the defensive goal, and he set up a fair bit. His metres gained in this game so far, Heath Shaw, 336, so he's been running and carrying with the footy.
Quick score update down in Geelong. It's half-time there. The Cats 5-3-33, a lead over Carlton of 14 points, 2-7-19, the Blues.
That just to take that to another level, Brownie, do you think that spare man has to continue? I mean, both teams, you consider at this stage, both defences on top, really, but Heath Shaw's probably been a standout off half-back. Goddard's more of a stop prop and deliver a short little pass type player, as where the other at the other end, Heath Shaw's going about his business. They've lacked so much continuity. The Giants have been coughing and spluttering, as we mentioned before the break, probably for the last 5 weeks.
But what it does, it makes it hard to score when you've got an extra player behind the footy. Obviously, it's hard for the opposition to score, but it's even harder for you, because you know that Brendan Goddard is up the other end doing the same thing. I thought the Giants got a few good looks at it in that quarter. If I was Leon Cameron, I'd be starting 6-on-6 at both ends on this occasion, and I'd be saying, okay, midfield, I'm going to back you in. We need to start winning the clearances. We got smashed in the first quarter, got back on top in that second term, but we're going to take Heath Shaw away from, I guess, a safety valve. We're going to go 6-on-6, but we need to win the clearances.
All right, for Bob Jane T. March, the inquisitive eyes of Troy Luff, a boundary side.
Yeah, boys, obviously we've talked a little bit about the smoke haze. Now, the reason being that there is actually, it's a double reason that there was burning off today earlier at the Hornsby area, sort of the north.
Double reason?
Double reason.
Like double taping.
The double taping. The northern part of Sydney. And then there's another bushfire about 20 kilometres northwest of here. So what's happened is the haze blew over from the burning off in Hornsby, went over the top of the city. It's ended up here, and now we've got the smoke coming from the bushfire. Now, the breathing for these players is actually going to become quite difficult, because even just sitting here, it's thick. You can taste it in your breath.
Get the ventilator out,
Well,
Fluffy.
They might need to, I tell you, boys, because you can actually smell it in the air. And even up in the box where I was with you guys before, you can see the smoke is entering the box. So
yeah, they're not
great conditions.
They're not chewing on lung busters like you are, Lufty.
No, I've got to go get some
So
more.
we await a start here. Half-time, Bombers 7-3-45, lead the Giants 5-6-36. So we're all set to go. Giants chasing their second win in 5 weeks for the Big Mac Triple M Rocks footy. Lob and Bell Chambers will do battle in the middle. Bell Chambers wins it forward. Dev Smith clever. Just a hacking little low ball. Bouncing ball towards half forward. Tippin Woody uses the body well. Gets his snout over it. Just a little handball back to Dev Smith. He pumps it inside forward 50. Stewart meets it full chested low down. Holding the man. No, said the umpire to Bontine. Just mopping up was Tippin Woody. Tries an errant handball. Ball bobbling around at half forward.
Merritt through the tackle. It's come out to McGrath. He goes around the body. He's short. You wanted 6-on-6, Brownie. Heath Shaw still playing goalkeeper. Yeah, loose in defence.
We didn't get it.
No, Hooker back to Goddard. He's going to reload and switch to the outer side, and Sard. Oh, he's got about 20 metres in front of him. That's enough for him to have a bounce. Takes more than any man in the competition. Does Adam Sard. Launches towards the goal line, and it's fisted through for a behind.
So we just saw Heath Shaw get an easy kick behind the footy. Did really well because he mopped it up, but his opposing player down the other end is Brennan Goddard, who's free. Made some inroads and got that one and almost set up a goal. So it's a inch by inch contest. Who blinks first? Not sure. If I was Leon Cameron, I'd be changing it.
So 10 points on the IGA Liquor scoreboard to the Bombers as Heath Shaw brings this one back in. The ball lands about 60 from home. Coming through, that was clever. Patton involved with quick hands. Now they're out looking them run together. Ward, Shield, they all line up. It comes again with a little handball. Back to Shield at half forward. He's got Cornelio, 45 from home. Pulls the kick. Is that off his scone? I think it was. Cameron down low. Wants the handball back from Shield. He gives it to Hopper instead. Hopper hemmed in. A little chipping ball. And Himmelberg marks. Hard up against the line, 30 from home. Went with a little chip. Showed too much of it to Ward. Coming through was Hooker. Around the body goes Ward to full forward.
Patton stands tall in the goal square. And the General takes a mark in the goal square, Brownie. The Giants
making hard work of it, aren't they, the Giants? Really hard work. The break and run and carry was beautiful. The handball combinations. And then just that last little bit just made it really messy.
Jonathan Patton. A much-needed goal. You'd love to see his teammates really get around him because the big man needs the lift. Disappointing for Mike because only two blokes got to him, Brownie. I reckon he's a bloke who really needs his teammates behind him.
That's a good point. Sometimes you say that and it's just, hard for players to get over. But on that occasion, you just kick the first goal of the second half. It's a pretty big goal for them to kick. You're right. The man who's been down on form kicks a pretty good goal. Took a contested mark. Nobody got to him. Looks pretty flat out there. They just go back and do their job. So are you invested in this side? Are you invested in teammates around you at the moment? You have to say maybe not.
Importantly, the margin back to 4 points in favour of the Bombers on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
For the Big Mac, Triple M rocks footy. And Triple M Seabus Super special comments with Nathan Brown this evening. Seabus Super for everyone in building and construction. So Bell Chambers escapes out of the middle, does the work of Ruckman and Rover. Fantasia down low. He's got Bagley. He's already kicked a couple in the early first quarter. Spills to Heppel. Heppel backtracks. He's got Zaharakis on 50. Wants a little bit of time. A little low dart delivered beautifully. And Dev Smith hugs it to his chest. 35 out directly in front southern end.
Yeah, the low ball was nice. They moved it well, the Bombers.
Now, directly in front. He chips at it. He loves it. So 4 points becomes 10.
Conversely there, Brownie, you saw half a dozen players get around Dev Smith.
So Bombers now by 10 points. 8 goals, 4-52. They lead the Giants 6-6-42. And that happening on the IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Big Tommy Bell Chambers had his first kick for the game on that occasion and read the ball beautifully. Rory Lobb, the bounce favoured Rory Lobb or went back towards him, and he was the only one who was ever going to touch it. So he laid it down, and Bell Chambers thought, I'm a chance here because nobody else is going to get this. I'm the tallest man here. So he sort of roved it off the opposition ruckman, had his first kick.
Ruckman thinking their way through things, Brownie.
Doesn't normally happen.
The ball is back in the middle for the Big Mac. Triple M Rocks footy. The new Grand Big Mac is available at McDonald's after 10:30am for a limited time. And we're going to have a restart.
How many times a game does this happen?
It's the first one so far, Brad. I know it's a bee in your bonnet is the bounce, but he's going to throw it up basketball style here, so we should get a fair restart.
Oh, terrific. 10 points in it to the visitors. Bell Chambers, a stalemate with Lobb. They're hunting now. GWS, little Errant handball that came from Kelly. Put Whitfield under the pump at halfback. Sweating on him is Fantasia. Tippin Woody just tries to push it forward. Heppel was squirting little handball out. Merritt should get there first. Holding the man. No, said the umpire. Keep going at it, boys. Put the overalls on and put the snout over the footy. GWS win it at halfback. Himmelberg on the end of a hand. A chain of handballs. It comes to Shield now.
Griffin one-on-one. One out. It got out the back here. Goddard leads in the race. That's a pretty...
Back in. Lob pushes it forward. Ball in dispute. That was clever. Cornelio Kelly round the body. Gains about 40 metres for his club. Patton, did he have enough of it? I think he did.
Chop the arms.
So Patton free kick end or their mark or both. So 55 from home.
Got to get it in quicker than that.
On his best day, he could probably go the journey here. So just pulls the kick short. Cameron. Sticky mitts, no. Front and square. Ward tries to release. Terrific tackle, Bombers. Their pressure's been excellent.
A terrific lead by Cameron. Doubled back. There was no other options, and then he led up at the footy. Just needed to hold on to it. It was a beautiful kick as well.
So 10 points to Essendon.
Clearance by Stringer. Right to the centre of Spotless Stadium. And there's your man, Brownie Heath Shaw. Still playing goalkeeper, loose in defence. Takes an uncontested mark. He lowers the eyes. A good lead by Jonathan Patton. He's starting to puff his chest out. He's the big general. He's got a goal. He's starting to feel it. If he catches fire, watch out, Bombers. He sets it for the lob. It comes from 3 deep. No mark taken. Spilling around 10 metres out from the goals. Griffin to Taranto. Snap around the body. Oh, he hasn't. He has not. Oh, he hasn't yet. The umpires are going to confer. Taking the jam out of my donut there a bit, Brownie.
Well, they've missed a couple of goals tonight from the score review system.
We're going to have a Triple M Coates High score review on the magnificent snap from Tim Taranto. He was falling over.
How are they going to figure this one out?
Well, the goalposts unfortunately don't go 100 metres in the air, which is probably what's required for them to adjudicate.
There is no way. That ball is 10 metres above the goalpost. There's no way they can form an opinion on this one.
Well, it's going to fall back to the umpire's call on the Triple M Coates High score review, which was a goal. And this is the time factor you were talking about, Brownie. Oh, he's a judge behind. Now, any idea how they worked it out, Brownie?
Nope.
I don't get that. If the umpire's called a goal, there's no way you could tell that it wasn't a goal. It has to be categorically
That's the one.
the other way.
9 points to the Bombers. They bring it back in. And the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. They win it across half-back. McGrath's kick was smothered. He goes back in for a second lick. Well done. Taranto tries to bullock his way through. Just this happening right next door to the centre circles. Hopper now involved. The Collin Gully kid. A little quick little give to Whitfield. Whitfield to Haynes. Haynes full-chested towards full forward.
Pack will fly clever in front by Goddard. Just drifted across the front of the pack and took a good contested mark. And they'll switch to the outer side. McKenna, the Irishman. Brownie forewarned in the first quarter. He never tried to outrun one. And that's a good mark taken on the outer side by Laverde. We haven't seen a lot of tonight.
Going back on that score review, was the goal umpire saying it was a goal, or did he say, I think it's a behind?
Well, he was standing in the middle of the goals ready to deliver the verdict as a major, but the score review has shown, so it doesn't matter. But Cornelio intercepts on Heppel here, down by Dev Smith. That's a brilliant intercept by Cornelio as the ball trickles over the boundary line inside the Giants' forward 50.
Not a good weekend for the review, because if the goal umpires called that a goal, I don't see how they overruled it, so it's another mistake.
52 Bombers, 43 GWS. Ball spins back into play. Deep in GWS heartland as Patton, quick give was clever to Whitfield. Now Kelly, handball errant. And now Stewart come through. Now McKernan. Kelly worries him out of it. High ball then right to full forward. Langdon front and square leaves it behind. Not Lloyd, but he goes with an underground ball. Sard will cut it off. And they can run to the outer side with Laverde.
He kicks long. Heath Shaw forced a man up on this occasion. Langford did well. 2-on-2. Bagley and Langford v Shaw and Tomlinson. Getting back to help out though was Buntine. Oh, Heath Shaw's had a case of the fumbles. It might cost the Giants. Heppel.
No, it'll come back. Free kick, Heath Shaw.
Oh, he's lucky.
He is. He just raised the eyes when he needed to keep him down with a little fumble. So they transfer Transfer the ball to Cameron. Cameron goes up western side. Dev Smith was clever with the body. Ball got to the back. Stringer in the van. Releases a little handball to Smith. A little chipping ball. And that'll end in the arms of Zaharaka, centre wing. He chips it down the line to Clever to McKernan, 52 from home. Loads up Applewee, goes long. A long kick, but it's a minor score. Bombers move to 53. They're 10 points to the good of the Giants. They're 43 on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
The 10-point margin, favour of the Bombers. Stock up for the footy season at IGA Liquor. Head to igaliquor.com.au to find your nearest store.
Yep.
Brownie just taking a break.
No, needs to lift. We mentioned that at quarter time.
Giants go to the outer side. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to the Giants, advantage pay. Kelly gives it to Lloyd, who's in space. The boy from the Killarney Vale Bombers on the Central Coast. Handball over the top. Put Shield under pressure. Clever ahead to Buckley. If it sits for him, they'll go here. Oh, it hasn't sat for either of them, and it's spilled over the boundary line.
Starting to get really slippery out there. It's Dewey. Might go down to Luffy in a minute and get his view on how dewy it is, but a lot of players just starting to fumble under the pressure of just a slippery agate.
Well, for Bob Jane teammates, let's go to that man, Troy Luff.
Yeah, Brown, you're absolutely right. I'm sitting here about 2 rows from ground level, and you can actually see the dew forming on the grass. The lights are shining now off the grass because of the water on the top.
8-5 plays 6-7 as we've got a stalemate, 1.5 forward for GWS. Northern end of the ground. Bill Chambers elevates, taps it down. Stringer working feverishly down low, just trying to shovel it out.
Just to confirm, Luffy, you can see the dew forming on the blades of grass.
Brownie, I can tell I am literally 3 metres from the grass. I can see the drops of water with the light shining on them. So, yes, I can.
Yeah, he's got a big beak and an eagle eye. As our man for Bob Jane team, Timmelberg in the van. Can he release the handball? Caught in a good tackle. Is that holding the man or holding the ball? It's holding the ball. And it'll be a free kick to Guelphy in the fullback position for Essendon.
With the dew forming in the haze, it's a bit like camping here at Spotless Stadium at the moment. As Guelphy goes to the outer side, and no mark taken and spills over the boundary line. Boundary throw-in, 13 minutes played, third term, Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. It is a 10-point lead to the Bombers. They led by 17 at quarter time, 9 points at the half, and are currently 10 points ahead.
13 minutes in.
19 more disposals, the Giants, in this quarter already, but they've had 3 more handballs and kicks. So they're 27 handballs, 24 kicks. It's an imbalance at the moment, how they're moving the footy.
And Triple M Bosch Tools stats, Bosch Power Tools and Accessories. Good, better Bosch as the ball goes out of play again. Forward pocket for the Giants. Northern end here at Spotless Stadium. So middle stages of the third term. Bombers just holding sway. 10 points adrift of the Giants. They led it by 17 at quarter time, 13 at the half. Ball spins back into play. Lob was clever, tries to get it over the back. Oh, coming through, bursting through is the Essendon skipper.
And he sets a foot race for McDonald Tippenwoody. He's against Whitfield, probably the only bloke at GWS who could go with him. Heath Shaw just bodylined McDonald Tippenwoody, who kept going. Then he played for the free kick. Umpire said, get stuffed, Anthony. I'm not falling for it. And the ball goes over the boundary line as Heath Shaw and Anthony McDonald Tippenwoody have some words.
I think that's a win there.
So do the Bombers teammates. They just give Lockie Whitfield a little bit of a shove, who hasn't been great in his 100th thus far, Brownie.
Numbers for Lockie Whitfield, 14 disposals so far.
So ball tossed back in. Western wing. Giants will win it. The pressure comes from Devon Smith, being good tonight. McGrath should be the first to get there, but the boundary line beats him. And we'll have a throw-in broadcast side. So halfway through this third term, 8-5, 53 Bombers, 6-7, 43 GWS.
20-point margin down in Geelong in favour of the Cats halfway through third term.
So Carlton being dogged down at the Cattery. Ball spins back into play. Western wing. That was clever. Shield has to release. He does so to Kelly. Sells some candy one way, then the other. Oh, the pressure comes. That was beautifully done by D as he forces the footy forward.
Again, Heath Shaw. He's the loose man, and he's won a free kick. In fact, it's going to the Bombers. Well, Brownie, on surface level there, it appeared as though Heath Shaw got the front-on contact, but it may be Tomlinson who's given away a free kick.
What the umpire's saying is shepherding. He didn't allow his opponent here to have a good run at it. I reckon it's just a good contest.
That's on the Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay. Brownie saw it as a good contest.
I don't see anything wrong with what Adam Tomlinson's done there. He's had his eyes on the footy the whole time.
Well, The umpire has perhaps gifted one here to James Stewart, the former Giant. 25 metres out directly in front. The margin is 10 points, and this would hurt because the Giants have been on top in this quarter. James Stewart borrowing from the Josh Kennedy run-up style, and he has butchered that. He's kicked in the man on the mark. Heath Shaw goes the 50-metre clearing kick off the deck.
Yeah, just gets it out of the hothouse right now. Now they can run. The crowd left too. Kelly with the footy just throws a low dart to Buckley. Buckley marks. Pushing forward is Griffin. He receives by hands. Long ball, Cameron. Terrific transition of play, GWS.
Jeez, they're into Stewart in the middle of the ground too. Now, I'd like to see him get into him a bit more and give it to him a bit more.
So Cameron with the footy.
Show a bit of fight, show a bit of aggro.
Just got the one, but they lined up from half-back. Precise use of hand and foot, and it ends with their spearheaded full forward. So Cameron's got one. 30 out directly in front, and he's missed. Well, you can build it up all you like, can't you? Bombers 8-5, 53. Giants 6-8, 44. And that happening 16 minutes in on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Leon Cameron can't believe it in the Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay screen.
Yeah, that hurts. It was a team effort all around to work it down to Jeremy Cameron. He just had to put the icing on the cake, and he failed to do so. So the Bombers have it in their defensive 50. It's in the hands of Goddard. It's a 9-point margin in favour of Essendon. BJ's been pretty solid tonight.
Tell you what, the loose man behind the ball at either end has certainly slowed the scoring down.
Stewart charges at it, can't mark it. A little loopy handball, puts Whitfield under the pump. Down low was Dev Smith, tries to scoop it out. Shield going the other way. Little fumble from Griffin. McGrath, he doesn't fumble. He just puts it on the right slipper, hacks it out, coming back with courage. That was beautifully done by Heath Shaw. Stringer coming full-chested from the other way. And he's won his team and himself a free kick centre wing broadcast side.
There's no way he was ever going to take his eyes off that Heath Shaw. He had a little bit of a look about 5 minutes ago. He wasn't going to do it again.
Yeah, knew he had to wear one for his team, did so. It's now inside the Giants forward 50. Clever hands by Lloyd to Himmelberg. Kelly on the right. It's not the right. Oh, he's hit the post. The Giants are just peppering. It is set to tip at the moment. This game's on a knife edge. 8 points the margin now in favour of the Bombers.
Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. Stock up this footy season at IGA Liquor. Head into igaliquor.com.au to find your nearest store. So the Bombers work it to the half-back flank where Heppel has it, the skipper. He says, let's get out of here, boys. We need a contest on centre wing. They don't win the crumbs. It comes to Buntine. He'll go round the body after a holiday from footy. Comes to Patton. He dropped the mark. No, it's paid, is it? It's paid. Not sure if it should have been. He didn't have enough of it. He wants to move it now. He does. Lowers the eyes. Low dart. Langdon tries to bullock his way through. Nick Haynes. Can he get his right slipper to it? He can. That'll nearly bring rain. It's that high. They fly from all angles. Ball at the back. It eludes everybody and goes out of play in the forward pocket. Bombers 53. Giants 45. 19 minutes gone, third term.
This game is on an absolute knife edge. So important for both these teams. The Bombers looking to revive season 2018 after they've been disappointing thus far. And a lot of experts saying you put a line through the Giants if they can't get the win here tonight. That ball's been rushed through for a behind, so now the margin back to 7 points. In fact, it's hit the point post, so it'll be a boundary throw and margin remains at 8 points.
One so-called expert.
Nathan Brown, I believe you're referring to.
Yep.
They don't win tonight. They can't make final.
I don't think so.
So the ball spins back in. Patton was clever. Got it to the back. BJ Goddard. Just a little scooping ball out. Going back with the one hand was Kelly. He couldn't convert the mark and Essendon are away.
Oh, it's been intercepted though by Buntine. Not a lot of the footy, but been important. Stopping the forward thrust from the Bombers. He sends it inside 50, but that's going to be turned over. An easy mark taken by Day, or D, rather.
The ex-Tiger with the footy. He'll kick it broadcast side. Winds up left side, kicks it long to the wing. They get back first to the Giants. Fantasia comes in to lend a hand. Nick Haynes with it. He worked his way through. Is that out of bounds? Yes, it is. And right in front of our man, the eagle eyes of Troy Luff, Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, boys, you mentioned Heath Shaw. Not only is he doing a great job as the loose man in defence, cleaning up a lot, he's also directing traffic for all the teammates in front of him. With his experience, there's a lot of pointing, getting them in the right positions as well.
Heath Shaw, the traffic conductor for the Giants. Handball off the deck from Josh Kelly. Whitfield just dumped in the tackle by Langford. And Cornelio sees it over the boundary line. So an 8-point margin. We're midway through the third term. The Bombers just can't quite seem to break the band and really pull away from the Giants, Brownie.
Dylan Shields' stats, please, Brownie, to this stage, middle stage's third term.
Dylan Shield has had 17 disposals, 12 handballs and 5 kicks, though. I'd rather him have that around the other way. 12 kicks, 5 handballs.
53 Essendon, 45 Giants as the ball is escorted over the line by the aforementioned Dylan Shield. 21 gone third term. So Essendon 8-5, Giants 6-9. The intensity is lifted here. One-on-ones except Heath Shaw at the back and Brendan Goddard at the other end. Ball in dispute. Comes to the front. Whitfield brought down and a good tackle from Smith. Spills to Zaharakis. Pulled his kick towards the forward 50. Heath Shaw drops the mark.
All your major ball winners for the Giants have had more handballs than kicks. Cornelio, 16 handballs, 11 kicks. Ward, 14 and 11. The only other one back the other way, Heath Shaw, 18 kicks, 3 handballs. Refuses to handball anything, Heath Shaw.
Very clear message coming from our man Brownie on the Triple MC Bus Super Special comments. He wants the Giants to kick the footy. Dyson Heppel, he kicks it out of midair. It rolls to the advantage of Guelphy. The young man goes the check side towards the goal line. No left foots in the game anymore, Brownie. No non-preferreds.
No, they all go the check side these days, or the banana, refusing to use the opposite.
Boundary throw in forward pocket. 8-point margin in favour of the Bombers.
8-5 plays, 6-9. We'll get a throw in. Forward pocket for the Bombers, southern end. Heppel tries to get through. Stringer does. Core puts him in a good tackle. This brings him down over the line. We'll get another throw in. So, latter stages of the third term now. Game on a knife's edge. 17 points at the quarter time. It was 9 points at the half. Both these two teams desperate for a win. Only one win each in the last month. So ball gets to the back, Tip and Woody, little handball. Coming through was Fantasia, high on Hopper. And Hopper should get a free kick. He will at halfback for GWS. He wants to move it now. He's sure the spare. He'll receive it in the pocket, western side.
Tell you what, this haze is becoming quite thick. It's getting tricky to see on the outer side of Spotless Stadium. And I saw that well enough as the intercept mark taken by young Jordan Ridley. Just his second game of footy. The young man's going to dump it back inside. Stewart, stringer to fly, floating across the front for a couple of Giants players. McDonald, Tip and Woody to Smith. Fantasia out of the pocket. And it's drifted across the face and gone out of bounds on the full. 8 points the margin. It remains in favour of the Bombers. Late stages, third term, Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
So Whitfield in his 100th from the back pocket. He just gains a little bit of ground and territory and drives it long towards centre wing. Patton, well, he didn't mark that. At the back was McKenna. Put the slipper into it. Puts it back inside 50. McGrath, Futton Square, left it behind. Dev Smith tries to release the handball to Zaharakis. He's caught in a good tackle from Aiden Core. Or was it high? It was high. So Zaharakis will get a chance. 35 out, not much. Angle southern end.
Well, they've very rarely been inside their forward 50 in this third quarter, and Zaharakis knew the contact was coming. I reckon he dropped his shoulders a little bit and made sure the umpire saw it. Definitely a free kick, and this is a huge kick for Essendon. If they can go in, or if they can get to the extended 14-point margin, which they haven't been for a while, that's a big hit on a low-scoring day.
So Zaharakis with it, direct ball drop. He's hit the post too.
That's two bad misses, Zaharakis, both 30 metres out, pretty much directly in front. Should have kicked both of them.
So 8 points becomes 9 on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. Stock up for the footy season at IGA Liquor. Head into igaliquor.com.au to find your nearest store.
Almost cancels the Jeremy Cameron 30-metre out directly in front miss about 5 minutes ago.
Peter Shaw goes to the outer side where Bell Chambers fists it over the boundary line. Brownie, This is a huge moment for the Giants. They are 9 points adrift of the Bombers, and their season is really on the line in the next quarter and 5 minutes.
Without a doubt it is. I mean, we spoke about before, can they make the finals? The finals hasn't changed, the actual makeup of the final 8 after round 6. I think it's the last however many years. I mean, we're at round 10 at the moment, and they're a game outside, so it's hard to get back in there after that round 6, and they need to start winning some games.
So 9 points to Essendon as Giants try to go forward on the outer side. Just back with a centre wing as Hooker. Sells some candy. He's done well this evening to Zaharakis. Draws a couple to him. Gives a feeding handball to Laverde. He's errant handball. Saad's going to make it look all right. He mops it up. Back to Hooker. They have to backtrack. They've gone from centre wing to half-back. Now Saad can run. Slices through the back of centre square. Delivers wide to McKenna. He wants to get and go too. Sweeping handball to Fantasia. Fantasia's dumped it out on the full. Well, look good to that last piece of play, and it'll be a free kick to GWS in the back pocket. It's the Bombers 54, leading Giants 45, 26 gone towards three-quarter time.
A huge goal for the Bombers if they get the next one. It's 9 points the margin at the moment. It becomes 15 points. That means the Giants have to outscore them by 3 goals. Considering they've only kicked 6 for the entire game so far, that is a big ask if the Bombers can get the next one.
Well, Seabus Super, it's for everyone in building and construction, and Nathan Brown has been on the Triple M Seabus Super special comments this evening. Couple of All-Australians, 200-plus games.
I've asked him to lift earlier, and I think his third quarter's been a little bit better.
Yeah, well, I think they give votes based on the first quarter and last quarter performances, and I think Brownie's preparing himself for a medal-winning final quarter performance here at Spotless Stadium.
They throw it back in. Zaharakis at the back. Crosses forward 50. Errant kick because the pressure was good. Dev Smith comes through as well. Tries the handball. Canelio going back the other way. Goddard to wait underneath the footy. A little error. McKenna picks it up and puts it back inside forward 50.
Scrappy kick almost fell in the lap of Fantasia. He dropped it. Missed a couple of opportunities. Has Orazio. Stringer went around the body. So too did Langford. Very messy stuff inside the Bombers forward 50. Running through with pace for Shaw. Langford, handball's back. Fantasia tried to dance around a couple, holding the football surely.
Good pressure from the Giants. They were under pressure a lot there. The Bombers had the ball. They were fiddling around with it. They had a couple of missed opportunities, a couple of half looks at it through Stringer, and also I think it was Langford who almost put boot the ball, but their pressure, I thought that was the best pressure they've had tonight so far, the Giants, and they needed it.
So 9 points to the Bombers. As Heath Shaw just says, just settle it down, boys. Let's get some territory and go long down the line. So coming through the back of the pack was Ward. Uses Patton. Patton with a little loopy handball. Puts Lloyd under the pump. There's a turnover ball. There's an opportunity here for Essendon again, and they smell it.
Been in the Bombers half of the ground for the last 7 minutes. It was the 20-minute mark the last time GWS went forward, so a really good patch here for the Bombers, but they haven't been able to get the goal they need.
You get a real sense of occasion in these final 2 minutes. Both players know it. No quarter being given from either side. We're inside the Bombers forward 50. It spills to big Jimmy Stewart, the former Giant, but his old side, and the ball is fisted through for a behind. The margin stretches back out to 10 points. 55 plays 45 in favour of the Bombers. A minute 40 to play. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
They're pressing hard here, Essendon. Heath Shaw says, I'm not going short. I'm going long. And
no zone here. It's every man one-on-one for the Bombers. One-on-one at the kick-outs. You don't see that too often.
So to himself from the southern end. Goes long. Bell Chambers can't mark. It's going to come back. Essendon have got the numbers at the back of the pack. Merritt was clever. A little low ball towards the pocket. Stringer, he was held onto by the hips. Goes off the ground. Stringer, minor score. So 11 points to the good of the Bombers. They're 8-8. The Giants are 6-9 as we approach three-quarter time on the IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Cats by 12 at three-quarter time. GMHBA Stadium against Carlton, 47-35. And a similar arm wrestle here at Spotless Stadium on Saturday night. Round 10 action. The Giants trail by 11 points. A minute 15 to play. Lockie Whitfield. He set Heath through a task here. Heath Shaw said, what task? Just waltz straight around. Jimmy Stewart releases Apple's core. Centre wing near side. Gives the run to Kelly. Needs someone moving for him further afield. It's Jeremy Cameron. He's right on the tail of Ambrose. Cameron!
That's a good mark. Under pressure. And he had his opponent right under his back, and he had to arch up. And now they are the hardest ones to take, because it wasn't if he was standing still. He was hitting it at pace as well.
And sometimes when they're one-on-one, you just got to kick it to the advantage of your forward and hope that talent prevails, and it did on that occasion.
He let him down about 10 minutes ago now with an easy one. Needs to kick this. This brings it really back to stranglehold the Bombers just before three-quarter time.
Jeremy Cameron, the sharpshooter, the fist goes up, and now the teammates get to him. The Giants back within 5 points of the Bombers on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard, and we have 20 seconds to play in the third term.
Well, from that kick out, everybody set up on the other side of the ground, which is the Martin and Angus stand, and the only player who's on this side was Lachie Whitfield, and he got the footy, and everybody started to charge over. He decided to take his opponent on, and it was a pretty ordinary attempt to take it on, so a little left-foot dinky kick put Heath Shaw under pressure. Now, Heath Shaw can do some awful things on a footy field, but on this occasion, he stood up and did something incredible, got around his man, and the whole game opened up. The fact that he kept his feet and was able to take that opponent on and really kick it. It was a 55-metre kick to space. Well done, Heath Shaw.
For the Big Mac, Triple M rocks footy. 5 points the diff now, back in the middle. And he's plucked out a free kick. It's going the home side's way. Canelio with it. I don't think the Western Australian has got time. Called to play on now. Goes to the left and then switches to the right. He's got Whitfield. Whitfield at half forward. They'll need a mark. The siren is pressing. Hooker goes up. Can't mark. The circuit breaker for three-quarter time sounds. And we have ourselves a ball game. Essendon 8-8-56. They lead it by 5 points. GWS 7-9-51 for the Big Mac. Triple M rocks football.